Hello students, today we are going to see some basic concepts of data science, big data, characteristics of big data and benefits and usage of data science and big data.
Students, today we are going to learn some basic concepts about data science. So what is data? Data is nothing but raw facts about an entity. Those may be qualitative in nature or quantitative in nature. This data is random, not processed. For example, the data related to students is name of the student, address, phone number, email ID, age, height, weight, etc. The data related to book is name of the book, author of the book, publication, edition, price, and so on. But because the data is random, it is difficult to access the data easily. So that should be arranged systematically or organized systematically so that it is easy to handle it. So there is an electronic system that allows you to store the data in systematic or organized form so that it is easily accessible, manipulated, or updated, and that electronic system is known as database. For example, if you see dictionary, any word can be easily accessed. The reason is that they are arranged according to their spellings, and therefore it is easy to search words from dictionary. Or even though you consider phone directory, it is also an example of database. Why? Because in phone directory, the names of the persons are arranged according to their last name. So, if you want to search a name, it becomes easy to search. But if you say that if you want to search the name by initial name, it is not possible because it is arranged according to last names, and therefore we can say that a database is nothing but data plus some meaningful method to access the data. There are many types of databases. But mostly the databases can be supposed to relational or non-relational databases. There are more types such as object-oriented, or hierarchical, network database, and so on. So what is this relational database? Relational database allows to format or arrange data in terms of tables. So data is in form of table. This table has rows and columns. The rows of the tables are known as records and the columns of the table are known as keys or fields. And these tables are again related with each other with some key. That key is our primary key. For example, suppose we are considering your courses. The first table is course code. The students who offer the code, so student names, student roll numbers, so this table gives the information about your course codes, those students who offer the course, their roll numbers. We can consider another table, that is the course code and name of the course. Or we have a table with course code and name of subject teacher who teaches you the subject. So see, for this there is too much data: course code, student's name, student's roll number, name of the course, name of the subject teacher, etc. We divide all the summary in different tables and these tables are related with this course code to each other. So in each table this course code is similar and therefore we say that this is our primary key, and according to this key we will get the information about the data. So relational database is always written in the form of tables. Those data which cannot be written in form of tables, that is our non-relational database. We are going to see it in detail afterwards. So once you have database, there should be some connecting bridge between that database, that is that electronic system, and user. And that connecting bridge is given by database management system. So database management system is nothing but a connecting bridge between database and user. Means that this DBMS provides user a simple computer language known as query language so that user can fetch the data, access, modify, update it easily. So there is a query language that gives the communication between database and user. So what is database management system? Database management system is nothing but database plus software. Software is nothing but set of programs that allows you to do operations on database. Such as addition, deletion of database, updating it, modifying it, or manipulating it easily. So DBMS is a database plus a software, that is a set of programs. So we have three concepts: data, database, and database management system. Data is random. If you arrange it systematically, we get database, and database management system is an database plus some software, that is database management system. A database management system which allows you to store the relational database is known as RDBMS, Relational Database Management System, that allows you to store relational database, or that is related to this relational database, that is known as RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. This relational database management system generally use SQL, that is structure query language. This structure query language is similar to our English language, so that it is easy to write, read, or interpret. So every relational database management system generally uses the structure query language which is similar to English language, and those which are non-relational database management systems, this non-relational database management system generally uses NoSQL, that is not only structured query language. So we are going to see in detail afterwards RDBMS, that is Relational Database Management System, which uses SQL, and non-relational database management system which generally uses NoSQL, that is not only SQL. Nowadays, you are very much familiar with some e-commerce websites such as Amazon, Snapdeal, or social websites such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc., or even banking websites such as HDFC, etc. All these have a very massive amount of data produced today. Take a simple example of Facebook. Can you imagine how many status are updated every day, or how many messages are posted, or how many times the like button is recorded? The data is too much, and therefore it is difficult to process this data using this traditional database management system such as relational database management system. So this massive amount of data, now onwards we are going to say that this is big data. So what is big data? A collection of data sets which is very large and complex, and difficult to process, using traditional database management systems such as RDBMS or other is known as big data. So all these gives us big data, and this big data, because we are unable to process this to using this RDBMS etc., this big data gives rise to data science. So what is this data science? Data science is a multidisciplinary field It is an evolutionary extension of statistics capable of dealing with massive amount of data produced today. This massive amount of data, we are going to say it is big data. So, this is allow you to access the big data. It uses scientific methods processes, algorithms, and systems to analyze the data and extract the knowledge and insights from the data. So, to get this idea clear, consider the mind map of data science. Consider the Venn diagram. This data science term comes into existence because of big data, that is massive amount of data which is produced today. There are many big data technologies such as platform like Hadoop or Sparks, Hive, SQL, NoSQL. There are many such technologies. So we want to study all these technologies related to this big data. Once there is data, there are also data visualization tools. Which are necessary to study. What is meant by data visualization? Beautify the data, that is, represent the data in terms of graphs, charts, so that it is easy to understand. So those are data visualization tools, and you must study these data visualization tools, that is such as Tabulae or Excel or ClickSense and so on. There is also programming languages. So there are programming languages which must be studied, such as Python, R, Java or SAS. We are going to concentrate on Python as a programming language. And the most important part is machine learning. What is machine learning? Machine learning is nothing but application of artificial intelligence. So there is very much relation between this ML, machine learning and artificial intelligence. What this does, this allows or provides the computer system the ability to automatically learn and improve from past experience or historical data that is there is no need of external programming, and therefore this machine learning, there are many algorithms in machine learning and those algorithms are useful for better accuracy. So once you have data science, these terms are important terms which are related to data science: big data, data visualization tools, programming languages and machine learning. So why we say that this is multidisciplinary field? It is multidisciplinary because this data science requires computer science as it requires programmings, algorithms of machine learning, etc. It requires mathematics and statistics. These statistics, generally we are using regression analysis, and that regression analysis is very important in machine learning also. So it requires mathematics and statistics, and one of the important part is nothing but domain expertise. Domain expertise means the knowledge about the domain or the environment where the data is going to be processed. This domain expertise means the experience of working in that domain is very much important because you are able to optimize the algorithms in machine learning and get better accuracy if you have expertise in that domain. So data science is a multidisciplinary field in the sense that it requires computer science, mathematics and statistics knowledge as well as domain expertise. It is evolutionary extension of statistics because it requires more than statistics such as computer science, programming languages, machine learning, etc. It uses all programs from machine learning and it gets the knowledge and insights from the data. So we are going to study data science. So we are going to concentrate on these terms: big data, data visualization tools, programming language as Python and machine learning. So what are the challenges of this big data? As big data is massive amount of data, it is difficult to process by using the traditional database management system. The main challenges of big data is data capture, curation, then sharing the data, transfer of data, visualization, all these are challenges of this big data. Now, there are some characteristics of big data which make the big data different than the traditional data. So, which are the characteristics of this big data? These characteristics of big data are known as 3 V's of big data. So, consider the characteristics of big data. These characteristics of big data are known as 3 V's of big data, and it is complemented with 4th V, which makes big data different from the traditional data. So the first V is known as volume. That is, how much is the data? Or we say, what is the size of the data? Nowadays, due to the social websites, etc., the data is always in terms of 10 raised to 18, that is exabytes, or 10 raised to 21, that is zettabytes, or 10 raised to 24, that is yottabytes. So, what is the size of the data? That is important. That is volume. The second one is variety. Means how diverse is the type of data. Means the data may be structured, unstructured, it may be in the form of text, made in the form of PDF, audio, video, images, or photos, etc. So that is variety. The third is velocity. Means at which speed the data is generated. For example, the social messages gets generated with high velocities as they get viral in few seconds. So it is important to see at what speed the new data is generated. So these are the main 3 V's of big data, and these 3 V's are complemented with the 4th V, and that 4th V is known as veracity. Means how accurate is the data. That is the data clear? Is it consistent? Authentic? Or is it reliable? So all these 4 V's makes big data different from the traditional data. Now what are the benefits or uses of this big data and data science? All commercial and non-commercial companies generally use big data or data science for their profit or gain of the, for example, the commercial companies in all industries uses this big data to gain insights into their customers, staff, products or processes. It is also used to offer the users a better user experience, or it is also used to cross-sell, upsell, all personalize their offerings. So these commercial companies uses this big data. The second thing, that is financial institutes. This financial institute also uses this big data to predict the stock market or to determine the risk of lending money, or also to attract the customers big data is always used. Then the governmental organization also uses this data science. All the data scientists in these governmental organizations work on diverse projects such as detecting frauds and other criminal activities, or also see the effectiveness of or on the project of funding or raising the fund. The non-governmental organizations also use this that is all NGOs also uses this data science or big data to raise the funds and offend their causes. And the universities nowadays in educational field, they uses this big data in research and also to enhance the students' study experience. Nowadays, the generally gives the opportunity to universities to study the difference between traditional way of learning and this technological way of learning, and therefore all these uses data science. There are many of the uses, we have studied some uses among these. So today we have seen what is data, database, database management system, relational database management system, Then big data. What are the characteristics of big data, challenges of big data, and what are the benefits and usage of data science and big data. Enough for the day. In the next lecture, we will see what are the types of data. Thank you.